This is a book review of the epic collection, The Incredible Hulk, in the Hands of Hydra, which is really quite an odd title, but they always have to put something, because Hydra is only a minor story, as far as I'm concerned in this. However, what years does it cover? 1969 to 1971. And it includes Hulk 118 to 137 and Marvel Superheroes number 16. And that included the Phantom Eagle, who turned up in one of the stories with Kang. And it's just full of brilliant stories. Now, it's quite a thinnish, you can see this one, and it's got some bonus material at the back, but not a huge amount. Some black and white illustrations and some decent few ads and things. First story. Now, I love, it's all by Herb Trimpe is the main artist, but you can see a lot of different styles in this because of the different inkers. Really does change, and you can really notice the difference. Sometimes it looks, you see, wow, that looks like John Buscema, where it's inked by Sal Buscema. Still, Herb Trimpe is the artist. So you've got Submariner, brilliant story, sort of early Defenders as far as I'm concerned. Maximus the Mad. Now, it's okay. It's a good enough story as this robot that's beaming out rays around the village. Of course, he's trying to conquer the world as he usually is. So you've got that, but you've also got these sort of like, I don't know what they are, the evil Inhumans. I don't think I've ever had a name for the group particularly. But Maximus, of course, battles the Hulk as he usually does. Then you've got the Glob. Now, the Glob is a sort of like the Man-Thing, Swamp Thing, the Heap. And, of course, it's basically a continuation of lots of the monster stories that were. Like the Glob, I think, even was a monster in the monster buses. I vaguely remember seeing a Glob story. I might be wrong there. But anyway, it's very similar to lots of those characters. So you got the Glob. Yeah. It's a nice, actually, genuinely a good story. Then he goes to New York, the Hulk, and meets the Fantastic Four. Of course, as a good old battle with the Thing. You can't beat the Hulk and Thing, just inevitable getting a punch up. Even if they were playing cards, they would be in a punch up before the end of it. But it's a good yarn. Then he gets the Rhino, and you've got the leader in the storyline. Now, again, this is a bit where, like I said, where it strikes you really Sal Buscema when he inks it. Really amazing change in the style of the art. Then you've got the Absorbing Man. The Absorbing Man story. Now, Absorbing Man was from Thor. He was lost in space. Nothing to do with the TV series. So lost in space. And the Hulk, of course, meets up with him. How unlucky can that be? All this amount of space. No, you have to meet up with the Absorbing Man. Next story is a classic and basically the start point of the Defenders. And that's because you've got Doctor Strange, you've got the Lovecraftian sort of feel, the Undying Ones. And I just love that story. Just brilliant story. Then the Hulk meets Tyrannus again. And there's the Mole Man, etc. And Mogol. Close. Mogol. A friend for the Hulk, which is quite nice. And I think poor old Hulk really does need a friend. He has friends throughout. It's obviously got Rick Jones. There's other characters that. Then you got the Avengers turn up in the story. I love that one. The old Black Panther just throws himself towards the Hulk, trying to knock him over. Really? Sorry, Black Panther, I know you're reasonably strong, but I think the effectiveness of that would be minuscule. This guy can lift mountains. He's not going to fall over, would you? In fact, I would have thought you'd just break your legs, frankly. If you hit the Hulk with his super strong skin, you'd break your arms. It would be the density. You just look back. Ow. Don't think it would be a good idea. Glob. Again, the Glob. So the Glob turns up. I like the Glob's a great character, and of course goes on then to a slightly unusual story where basically you've got the split in the Hulk. They did that story a lot. So we've got different. The Hulk is always that problem with the identity, Bruce Banner and the Hulk. The artwork changes again. It's quite amazing when you look through this, the changing. Like this is the Hydra story, in the hands of the Hydra. Hulk must fight. Surprising that. Then you've got a mad dictator, of course. And again, Gollum, very similar to the Hulk, basically. The Time Storm. You've got the Kang story. Now, Kang just turns up all the time. He's always, there's a way to defeat the accursed Avengers and conquer the 20th century. Yes. Just probably go a few weeks before the Avengers reform. But of course, you can't do that. Would that be easy? Of course, he could go and probably bump off some of the... but of course, he has to choose one of the others. So the Phantom Eagle storyline. And I think it's quite nice because I felt Phantom Eagle was a contender. And Phantom Eagle, they include the Phantom Eagle story at the end of this. And that was in Marvel Superheroes, which I enjoyed. I actually had all those Marvel superheroes. Of course, it had the Medusa, it had Captain Marvel. It's like a showcase book. You've got this weird creature, very unusual story. There's some sort of really odd stories. Not all, but there's the Abomination. Where all the Abomination turns up. The monsters are still here, and you've got the Abomination. But then you end up with the whole thing, the Phantom Eagle. That was just a good yarn. Of course, set in the First World War. I suppose a bit like Enemy Ace from DC Comics. For some weird reason, and also, of course, the EC Comics that did their brilliant series of World War I stories. They were good. So this is a brilliant collection, really unusual stories. I mean, there's some really high points and there's some stories in this, but I think it's just a great collection, epic collection. I think Volume 4, certainly worth checking out. The Incredible Hulk.